Hey, what's up guys, it's me again and welcome back to my channel, Mayta What Ifs. Today I am back with a new story, short movie. The name of the short movie is What If Naruto Deserted Konoha. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted short movie. Now before continuing this, shout out is due where it is due. Shout out to Jimmy Desetais for suggesting this idea. Now moving onwards, the Discord server has been made. And it is made by Timothy. Shout out to him. He's the one who owns the Discord server but will allow us to, post there as well as review the memes that you guys gonna post there soon. And yeah, I still don't have any Reddit profile, so any one of you can create it and email me. If you don't know, that in the link in the description, in the description there will be a Gmail and the link to the Discord server that you can go and join in. I'm sorry Spidey, but Timothy already sent me the link and I kind of in a hurry posted it in the description box of this channel, as well as under the description of every video that I'm gonna post from now on. There will be the links to Discord server as well available. So any one of you guys, if you want to join the Discord server, you can go through that link and join the Discord server. Or any of you or any one of you want to make a Reddit profile, you can email me with the given email that I'm gonna post here. You can email me the link there because for some reason it cannot be posted in the comment section. I don't know why. Anyways, moving onwards, there's one more good news. And that good news is we have reached 700 plus subscribers. Thank you so much, all of you guys, for making this possible. We're almost there to 1,000. Hopefully we'll be able to reach it by the end of the, summer this year, if possible. Anyways, let's hope for the good. And yeah, for those who are newly joining in, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. And yes, we do some random shit here and make Naruto what ifs, awesome ones as that. If you have any suggestions, ideas, you can post them down with a little bit of description what you want me to do in the comment section. And with that being said, without any further ado, let's begin with our today's short movie. It wasn't supposed to go like this. How did this happen? These were the thoughts of young Genin of Konoha, Naruto Uzumaki. You see, what happened was, a few weeks ago, Naruto and Jiraiya were tasked by the Council of Konoha to bring back Tsunade Senju to be the acting 5th Hokage of their village. And it was right after the Konoha crush happened, and with the death of the previous Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi. His rival and friend, one of the council members and elders, Tanzo Shimura, wanted to step in as the Hokage, and the elders did supported him, as some of the civilians as well. But the daimyo as well as Jiraiya talked, and as well as the shinobis from clan heads began to talk, and they came to a conclusion that they at least need one of the Sanins, because the torch needs to be passed on to the newer generation. And Hiruzen-sama would have wanted that after what happened to Minato Namikaze, the 4th Hokage. And so Danzo was turned down. And so Jiraiya and Naruto were tasked to find Tsunade Senju and bring her back from her exile back to Konoha. Not only it would strengthen the medic facility of Konoha, but also it will boost up the morale of the people because the Senju would be back, the one who formed the whole village. But everything went down to hell, all because of that one person, that snake bastard, Orochimaru. He was the reason why they were here in the first place, and now he was the reason of all this madness that has been happened. Tsunade and Jiraiya, both of them were going face to face because Tsunade had already made a deal with Orochimaru. But at the right moment, before the deal could be struck and Jiraiya found out about this, Tsunade aimed to betray him and put an end to him to avenge her sensei. But he was cunning and had a backup plan. He and his student Kabuto Yakushi, using the chakra scalpels, first rendered Tsunade and her assistant Shizune useless, and then pumped their bodies and with a chakra poison that was killing them slowly. And Tsunade herself was incapable of curing it without having her chakra up to the max. And to add cherry on the top was that Tsunade didn't have any chakra left in her because of the chakra suppressors that were blocking her chakra. And in this way, Tsunade died. But that wasn't all that happened that day. Jiraiya too tried to stop his friend from killing their teammate, but Orochimaru didn't stop there. He wanted revenge and complete revenge. And so, right now, he and Jiraiya were battling And that is when Naruto found out about this madness that was going on. Naruto, thanks to the Rasengan he mastered, was able to take down Kabuto. But as Orochimaru saw this, he saw that Naruto would be the next big threat. So he went after him with the same poison that killed Tsunade and Shizune. But Jiraiya, seeing that his godson was about to be killed, jumped in and was then injected with the same poison. Seeing that he has finished with what he needed to be done, Orochimaru took his chances and cut his losses to escape. As now we see, Naruto, who was shaken up and scared of losing more people. No, old man Rasanin, you can't die here. Not after everything happened. Naruto, is Shizune and they're dead. Both of them are. Damn it, this wasn't how it was supposed to go, said Jiraiya, as Naruto was worried what would happen if he returned like this, to the point where he was hyperventilating. His village hated him, you see. Since his birth, his village was hostile towards him, and after this, fingers will be pointed at him, that how come he was the only one who survived. But Jiraiya too was no fool. He realized why Naruto was scared. He was scared of being alone once more, in a hostile environment that was called his home. Naruto, listen to me. You know how to contact Chief Toad, right? Remember how I taught you back in the Chunin exams? Yeah, I do. Contact them. They have your heritage. They will tell you everything. Just tell them Jiraiya told them that it was time. They will understand. Go and meet Ma and Pa there. They are the elders Fukusaka and Shima. They will guide you. But what about Konoha? Don't go back there, kid. I'm not stupid. There will be no way now that Danzo won't be the Hokage. And once he becomes Hokage, he will make your life living hell. The whole village will be against you. I don't want that to happen to you, Naruto. Not after everything you have been through. You're a strong one, kid. You shouldn't go back. Live your life free, away from that cursed village. Because it will only consume you now. Everyone you know and love will be changed once you return. Without us. You have to do it. You have to get away and escape the village, Naruto. This is your only chance, but how? How can I just leave your headband here and leave everything to me? As Naruto was about to leave, and Jiraiya had another idea. Listen, Naruto. How about a blood clone? I'll tell you the hand seals. I don't have much time. I'm trying my best to use my chakra to my advantage. To stop the poison, but I won't be able to hold out long, said Jiraiya as the cold sweat was running down his body. Naruto made a blood clone after Jiraiya taught him how to, and Jiraiya injected him with the same poison, as Naruto headband was worn by him. The clone will die in your place. You're free, Naruto. And remember, you always have a home with toads. No matter where you are, they will be loyal to you, as you must be loyal to them. Never trust anyone now besides them. With these words given to him as final heritage from Jiraiya, Jiraiya closed his eyes as Naruto escaped, as he had a faint smile on his face. I'm sorry, Minato, but that was all I could do. I'm afraid that even if we meet in afterlife, if there is one, I won't be able to meet you face to face, after all the things that I have done. As now we see, back in Konoha, the elders have gotten worried by now. It has been more than a few weeks since Jiraiya and Naruto have left. And so, Danzo had sent out his Anbus to investigate, and what he's discovered brought a smile to his face, at the same time pissed him off. Not only the Jinchuriki was dead, which was the angry one point, but also one of the legendary Sanins, who was one of the best spy network controller out there, was dead. Meaning now, they were on their own. But Danzo knew that even if he was on his own, he will be able to defeat anyone who stand in his way with the mighty power of Konoha at his helm. And so, he was announced as the next Hokage, the fifth acting Hokage, Danzo Shimura. As right after he became the Hokage, he changed many ways in the Konoha that got on the bad side of many people. Especially he tried to force the clans to work with him to begin building the route, but that didn't go well. Not even that, the civilian shinobis didn't respect him. From all the way down to the Genin up until the Anbu levels, no one respected him, but they knew that they needed a Kage, and he was the best choice they got, because Kakashi, after finding out that his student has died, has gone under a lot of depression. And not only that, to add cherry on top was, right after Danzo became Hokage, so he was approached by a masked person who told him each and every ounce of truth that he knew, and took him with him. And right now, he was with his brother Itachi, because Itachi too wasn't stupid, and he has realized that leaving Sasuke with Konoha right now would be the gravest of gravest mistakes. As for Naruto, he has gone towards the Toads, and Toads were having a meeting with him. It took Naruto a few weeks to calm down. The boy was traumatized and always blamed himself, and that was until his own friend Kamakichi, the son of the chief Toad, brought him out of his stupor. And right now they were in a meeting, as Naruto was sitting there in front of the elder Toads, as well as the great elder Kamamaru. "You are a part of our clan, young man. You do not need to worry about Jiraiya. He died a warrior's death. The one that he always, well, wanted, I guess, but at a later date. Oh well, may his soul rest in peace." As after a moment of silence for Jiraiya, Fukasaka and Shima brought Naruto towards them. "Here is your heritage, my boy. The one that was gathered by Jiraiya and Hiruzen Sarutobi. These are the scrolls left behind by your parents. You do not need to worry. You can stay here as long as you want to train, until you are completely mastered overall." As Naruto opened his scroll from his father to find out that his father was none other than the one who sealed the Biju within him, his own hero, the fourth Hokage. Hey Naruto, if you're listening to this scroll or seeing this scroll, then this means something bad has happened, or either I have died. You see, something must have gone wrong, very wrong, and listen to me, son. I would have no choice but to leave you behind under these circumstances. Now, even if you hate me, know this. I am sorry, and I love you. No matter what you do, what kind of man you become, I will be proud of you. Always. And me and your mother will always be there with you." As now we see, next the scroll was from his mother, and after reading that, he hugged both of the scrolls to his chest and fell down to his knees, as tears welled up in his eyes and fell down, one after the other. After having a heartful moment, as if his parents were speaking to him and giving him a warm hug, we see that Naruto was then face to face with Fukasaka and Shima with more determination. "Pa, Ma, what is it, Naruto, my boy? Teach me everything. Everything to achieve what even the old man Jiraiya couldn't. Huh, you bet your ass, young boy, and you better be prepared for training. Alright, bring it, old frog." As after that, we have a time skip. Time skip of 3 years. As I mentioned before, Sasuke had escaped. And in 3 years, a lot of things have changed since Tsunade wasn't there, as well as Jiraiya wasn't there, and Danzo was the Hokage. Sakura didn't become strong, and along with the others, she too was sent on a retrieval mission after they found out about the whereabouts of Sasuke, who was with his brother Itachi at the moment. And once they discovered them, Itachi wanted to intervene, but Sasuke told him to stop, because this was his fight. And in the end, Sasuke and Itachi escaped, but with Sasuke killing Sakura in the end, putting her end to her once and for all. As Naruto, unaware on the other side, has been training for the past years or so. As now we see, Naruto has reached at the age of 16, as he was almost finished with his training. In the past 3 years, he has become a perfect sage and mastered how to use and utilize the sage mode, and also has learned the Hiraishin jutsu like his father with the 3-pronged kunais that he possessed, completed the Rasengan with adding an element to it, as well as learning the Toad martial arts style, as well as his father's fighting style, alongside with his mother's Fuinjutsu arts and Uzumaki chakra chains, as well as Uzumaki Kenjutsu style, with his mother's Uzumaki sword that she brought here once she came to Konoha. Now clad with a new attire, which was, well, bought by Jiraiya and was supposed to be Naruto's 16th birthday present that was kept with Toads. It was an ori jumpsuit like his previous one, but the only difference was that instead of blue lining, it had black one. Naruto, looking at that outfit, chuckled, and then wore it with pride. He was Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto Uzumaki of Konoha. As now we see, Naruto was ready to depart, as the Toads were in front of him, alongside with the grown-up Kamakichi. You sure you want to leave, Naruto? I mean, you can stay here. As much as I love to, Kichi, I have to go and experience my world again. I have been stuck here on this Toad Island for more than 3 years now. Seeming look like you're saying that it was torture, as Naruto flinched. Yep, I'm not gonna mention anything. Good to know. Good to know. As Naruto really did got strong, but living in the Toad Mountains had its own downsides. I mean, eating bugs every day wasn't supposed to be on his diet. He missed ramen, and more than ever Ichiraku ramen. And not only that, well, he missed his friends, or some of them that he believed were, at least. He missed Iruka Sensei. And more than ever, he missed those who had perished in front of him. But something else has changed in Naruto. It wasn't as forgiving as before. He hated Orochimaru with a passion and wanted to end that bastard. And the Toads, they too wanted to avenge Jiraiya after what has happened. And they were more than ready to help. But the cherry on top was, they weren't alone. You see, since Toads and Slugs were, well, allies, Naruto was able to get in touch with the Slug clan. And was able to make a summoning contract with Katsuyu. Katsuyu taught Naruto what she has been studying well with Tsunade. And Naruto was able to learn quite a lot of healing techniques as well as use the healing techniques of the slugs that were able to revive and give chakra back as well. But that wasn't all. He has also gained the 100 healing marks because Katsuyu was left with the scroll by Tsunade about this technique in the past 3 years. As now, Naruto had a diamond marker on his forehead and was ready to depart. As Naruto, after saying his byes to the Toad Mountain, left, and soon found himself back in front of the grave sites where he was summoned. Naruto really was sad to see that in front of him were the memorial that he created of Tsunade, Shizune, as well as of Jiraiya. He didn't know Tsunade and Shizune that much, but in the meantime that he knew them, he has gotten somewhat close to them. And as for Jiraiya, well, he was the closest to him as he could get. As Naruto was said, you don't need to worry about anything, old man. Rest well here. I'm gonna finish that snake bastard and make him pay. As Naruto was then halted by a voice from within him. Are you sure you are ready for that, snake bastard? What do you want? You have some nerve speaking to me after all this time. I tried to get in touch with you, and now out of nowhere you wish to speak? You wish to speak or not, brat? I do. You do not need to yell out so loud for everyone to hear. There's no one here. My point exactly. Even walls have ears of their own. You should be careful around your atmosphere, kid. You live in a shinobi world. Always expect the unexpected. Fine, whatever. What do you want to talk about? Just close your eyes, sit down, and enter your mindscape. There is something we need to discuss now that you're back from your little training trip. As Naruto, narrowing his eyebrows, then did as he was told, and arrived inside his mindscape. In front of him was a huge cell, as Kyuubi's 2 red eyes were glaring daggers at him. As much as I hate to admit, you have gotten strong and proven yourself to me, Naruto Uzumaki. I have been monitoring your growth since the past 3 years. No, since your birth. And you have certainly been an interesting individual. And not only that, you have changed for the better, and are not the same hypocrite and fool that was easily fooled by the others. If you have called me here to insult me, then you can do all you want. I can just leave. If that is all, then wait. Sit down. Now that you are back, you know that I was the one who killed your parents, right? As Naruto's eyes narrowed. So, remember this. I, if wanted to, would have gotten my revenge. It was thanks to Pa and Ma that I chose to forgive you and move on. Like I care about that. Listen to me, kid. I was being manipulated by a Sharingan user. There is a masked person claiming to be Madara Uchiha, and his Sharingan was of Madara Uchiha, and he's roaming out there. He was targeting your mother first, my previous Jinchuriki. And why? Because you were born and you were kidnapped. As Naruto's eyes widen. What? That is... If you don't believe me, little bit of that sealed paper, rip it out. Your parents' soul lingers in the seal, and they will appear and you can ask them the question. As Naruto's eyebrows widen. What? As soon as he heard this, he was in shock, and then his eyes narrowed. You better not be joking with me, QB. Because I'm not taken to be lightly about this. If I find out that you are lying to me, I will... Trust me, kid. You have to trust me on this one. I won't lie to you about this. Even I'm not that much heartless. As Naruto then got up on seal using his chakra walking, and then ripped a piece of it. And that is when he noticed that his hand was stopped and the atmosphere was changed. And there stood both of his parents. What are you doing? No, Naruto? You suddenly have grown, my son. As Naruto's eyes widened, there in all their glory were his parents. Father? Mother? So you do know about us. It seems like Jiraiya gave you our scrolls. Yeah, he did before he died, said Naruto, as he hugged his parents, as both of them were shocked. What? What happened? As that is when Kushina noticed. You have the 100 healing marks from Tsunade-sama. Did she? She too died that same day that Jiraiya died 3 years ago. As after that, Naruto sit down and explained every bit of his life, of how it went down in Konoha all the way, how he ended up here. And so that's pretty much it, how I ended up here, explained Naruto, ending his story, telling to his parents, as both of them were in tears, or trying to fight back their tears as they hung their heads low. We apologize, son. I wish we have made better choices. But at the same time, because of that masked person, as Naruto then said, wait, masked person? The one that claimed to be Madara Uchiha. How do you... The QB said something along the lines. Yes, I did. As that is when QB appeared there. How is this? Listen to me, Minato, Kushina. I have seen your boy's life. Whether you trust me or not, I am willing to cooperate with him. Because I need to take him down. That masked person, Madara, is not to be taken lightly. His goal and aims are much more sinister than you can imagine if he still exists out there. What do you mean by that? You see, while I was being manipulated by him against his battle with the first Hokage that created the Valley of the End as you know it of today, he revealed his plans to me. I was connected with him through his Sharingan. He wanted to extract each and every Biju from the village and revive the Ten Tails. But that is a myth. No. Madara had achieved the Rinnegan, and with the Rinnegan he achieved the stage of the Six Paths power. And that isn't the end of it. Once the Ten Tails is revived and he becomes its Jinchuriki, he will become the next sage itself. But that isn't the least of our worries. Then what is? Her, Kage Otsutsuki, the rabbit goddess, mother of the sage, that is sealed in the rock in the sky that you call moon. As the three of their eyes widen. What? What do you mean by that? Kage Otsutsuki is the pure Otsutsuki princess who is much more dangerous. She is the mother of chakra that you also use in your daily life, and she wants it back because she didn't give it willingly. It was the sage who distributed chakra, remember, from the history. And we were created by the sage as well as pieces of the Ten Tails. The real Ten Tail husks remains out there somewhere, and only those with the Rinnegan can access it and its location. And once the Ten Tails is revived, what I did will look like child's play in front of that monster. I'm nothing more than an ant in front of it. As the three of them eyes widen. That is why I'm willing to cooperate and put an end to that masked person. Listen to me, Naruto. Your revenge against Orochimaru needs to wait. Right now we have other things to worry about. Especially that masked person. But how are you and Naruto going to find out where he is? He could be anywhere, said Minato. That is why we need to go and search for the other Bijus. They might have already begun, and we need to search and look for them. If they haven't started extracting the Bijus from the other Jinchurikis yet, we might have a shot to finding that masked person. It's obviously possible that he won't be able to do this alone from what he has tried to achieve in Konoha. So, he might be gathering his own forces to do his dirty work. And that is why I believe we should start with Suna, where the first tale is. With Kara, said Naruto. You know the first tale of Jinchuriki? Yes. Shikaku is sealed inside my friend Kara. I have to go and find him. But Naruto, don't you think everyone might have believed that you died? I don't care. As long as Konoha believes I'm dead, I'm good about that. As for Gaara, I will tell him to keep this a secret once I find him. As after that, Naruto spent some time with his parents, as Kurama left them alone after it was decided that Orochimaru needs to wait. Right now, the Akatsuki needs to go first. We see that Naruto spent some time together with them, and after that, the night passed as Naruto woke up in the morning. As the first thing that happened was tears fell down from his eyes, with a sad smile on his face. Thank you for bringing me into this world, Kasan. As after that, Naruto then got up as Kyuubi then said, Ready to do this, Naruto? You bet your ass, Kurama, we are ready. So, Suna it is then? Suna it is. As after Naruto paid respects to, the shrine that he created to pay respects to Jiraiya and the others, in which now his parents' names was added as well, we see that Naruto went on his way. As now, he was heading towards Suna. While on the other way, we see that Danzo has made quite a lot of mess in Konoha. Not only the alliances that has been established were broken, but also the daimyo itself has cut off ties with Konoha, and Konoha was on its own, scrapping and surviving as best as they could to try. And Danzo could see it and was getting frustrated that he has lost confidence in almost... He has seen as a lost cause by everyone around him and has lost confidence in the eyes of the people. Even the civilians begin to hate him now, because he tried to use the genjutsu on the daimyo of the Land of Fire, the one who paid the bills for Konoha. And that fell flat because daimyo, after finding out what happened to Kiri as its Kage was under a genjutsu and caused a civil war, had hired some shinobis with a high level ability to detect any and all sorts of genjutsu from dojutsu or by other means. And they, as soon as Danzo tried to do and cause the genjutsu through the stolen Shisui, was able to detect it and was about to punish him until he escaped. And henceforth a letter was sent by the daimyo that he won't support Konoha any longer and Konoha was on its own. And this caused out an outburst from the civilians as well as the shinobis and clan heads alike. And now, many of the clan heads have left, like the Yugas, Inizukas, and so on, and joined the Land of Fire, the daimyo's forces. For those like Danzo's, the minor clans remained, because they saw this as a win-win situation. Sticking with Danzo was their only choice to gain more power in the council, but they didn't realize that the village was now powerless because it wasn't backed up by a daimyo or any nation. It was on its own. And even the smallest villages like the vegetable country was now seeing it with predatory eyes, like a prey that has been caught by hyenas and was ready to be taken down any moment. And Danzo was pissed no end. And not only that, the other nations, such as Iwa and Kiri, were enjoying this and didn't get along with him, and even threatened him that if he tried to do anything, there will be wars. And Danzo at this moment knew more than anyone that he couldn't afford any sort of war or even a minor skirmish, because right now more than 60% of his shinobi forces and civilian forces have left without any sorts of backup or anything. Konoha, who was nothing more than a shadow of its former glory, was on the verge of destruction and its death. But Danzo wasn't ready to let go of its helm. It wasn't supposed to go this way. Damn it, curse Daimyo's forces and all his cunningness. If he hadn't done that at that time, he would have casted a perfect genjutsu on the daimyo and everything would have went as his plan. And right now, because of his impatience, he was in this situation. And to add cherry on top, he didn't have any Biju or Jinchuriki that he could use. And the cursed Uchiha has deserted as well. As on the other side, we see, as this was going on in Konoha, Naruto reached at the gates of Suna, where he met with Temari, who was in charge of the security. As soon as they saw Naruto, they examined him and used to see if he had any sorts of genjutsu on. And after confirming that, he was brought to the Kazekage office, where his old friend Gaara was waiting. Naruto, how is this possible? It's been a long time, Gaara. Seems like you beat me to the race to become a Kage. Yeah, it seems so. But how? How are you alive? Oh, that. You might want to sit down for that. So Kankuro and Temari joined in as well, as it took Naruto 2 to 3 hours to explain every bit of his adventures that he has been on. And that's pretty much it how I got here. There has been news that someone is lurking in the sand deserts, near the sand dunes. We suspect it is our previous criminal, Sorcery of the Red Sand. I see. And why do you think he might be lurking here? Who knows? His grandmother is here. One of our best puppeteers, Chiho. We call her Granny Chiho. Do you think that he's trying to approach her? No. Not at all. If anything, the both of them didn't get along, and that is why he deserted the village in the first place. Because of his human puppetation. So, why would he be here then? Because of what you said, we might have our doubts, Naruto, but we can never be so sure. And at the same night, while Naruto remained there, while they were trying to figure out this, Sasori and Deidara attacked. Instead of Gaara fighting them alone, Naruto was with them. And that is when, helping them out was the backup team, Itachi and none other than Sasuke, who appeared. As seeing Naruto alive, Sasuke was surprised. I don't believe it. How is this possible, though? You were supposed to be dead from what I heard. Not everyone is dead, Uchiha. Not at all. And I'm quite surprised as well to see you here. How can you desert Sakura and the others behind? Have you forgotten what Sensei taught you? Sakura, that bitch, is already dead. I killed her with my own hands. That annoying pest. And as for Kakashi, he's nothing more than a husk of its former glory. After you died, there was a sudden shift in the whole village, Naruto. Everything went down to hell, and I escaped after finding out the truth. The truth that the Konoha killed my whole clan and blamed my brother. As Naruto then saw, the one man who saved him, the only rational Uchiha we could see, Itachi-san, please don't do this. I'm sorry, Naruto. It seems like you're going to have to come with us as well. As Naruto then said, alright, I gave you a chance. As Naruto's eye suddenly had an orange hue around them, as his eyes were different. And that is when Itachi noticed the tri-pronged kunai, as his eyes widened. As 3 kunais were thrown as Naruto disappeared, using the 100 healing marks, he combined and extracted chakra into Odama Rasengan, and using the shadow clone, the 2 clones appeared there with the exact same Rasengan, as Itachi, Sasori and Deidara were taken out by this attack, as Sasuke was quite confused as he saw Naruto standing in front of him. As black lines were covering his body, his eyes were glowing as well, with orange tint. Naruto, so you seem to have gotten stronger. So have I. As Sasuke morphed his Mangekyo Sharingan and began to attack Naruto, only for Naruto to slam a Rasengan in his chest that caused a huge explosion, bursting from his back, killing him instantly. You're weak, Uchiha. You crossed the line, and I'm gonna put an end to it. As Itachi saw this, and he couldn't bear with it, as he in his rage attacked Naruto, but not with the intent to kill, but only seemingly make it look like he was going to. As Naruto, seeing he had a threat, stabbed him with the kunai. As before he fell down to his knees, he looked at Naruto and said, "Thank you, Naruto-kun." As Naruto's eyes widened, what? Was it his plan? As for the other 2, they were killed with a single Odama Rasengan that was powered up by 100 healing mark seal, the Sage mark seal, as well as Naruto's infinite void of chakra itself. Being the triple threat Odama Rasengan, it was bound to kill anyone who it came in contact with. As Naruto was now standing there alone, with shocked expression, as the Sabuko siblings were quite shocked to see the strength that Naruto now possessed. He is amazing. As Naruto then said, I'm sorry, Gaara. We weren't able to get any sorts of information out of him. Said Naruto, as that is when he looked towards Itachi and said, wait, I think I know. As that is when he went towards Itachi and began to, well, examine his body as well as check his clothes for any clues, and he was able to discover it. Itachi had drawn a map layout in his pocket. God knows when, but he did. As that is when behind it there was a note as well. As that is when he read and was shocked. Listen to me, Naruto. I am making this in an urgency. This is the layout of where the masked person and the Akatsukis that you are looking for. You need to take them out. Their goals and ambitions are not good at all. I know that you are finding it quite odd that I had the time to write down this letter and yet I was killed by you. The truth is, I always aimed to die after you were the one who killed Sasuke, because I knew that after you find out that Sasuke has killed Sakura, you would put an end to him, seeing it as his ultimate betrayal. That is why I didn't stop him back then. I'm sorry for this. I'm sorry for your loss, Naruto. But you must know this. I couldn't live with the sins of killing my family. And I couldn't live to see my brother become the same monster that I saw my clan and my father become. That is why I agreed to this job. I agreed to take this task, knowing fully well and believing fully well that if you were out there, you would come here. And you did. And finally, I'm sorry that I had to do this to you. And thank you for bringing an end to this accursed clan. Except for one. You need to take him out. Take out Danzo. He possesses our clan's Sharingan. And after you're done with him, deal with the Akatsuki, please. As Naruto, after reading this, was shocked, and so were everyone else. As that is when both of the Bijus who have seen this then explained. He stopped the time, walked around all of you, and then went down to your office and wrote this down, and then put it in his pocket, and then he freed you all from the Genjutsu. As all of them were shocked, and were surprised that they were trapped in Genjutsu. A Genjutsu of a type that even stopped time in itself. Just how powerful was Itachi that he himself could do this, and yet he was selfless enough to put his life to an end to stop the curse of hatred. As Naruto then sighed and said, good thing we have their hideout. I need a copy of it. In fact, 3 more. What are you planning, Naruto? I'm going to head towards Kumo where the Two Tails is, and then towards the other villages where the other Bijus reside. I'm gonna give this to them. And after giving this to them, they all need to come together. Gaara, you need to bring them to all together. While you are at the Kage Summit, you shouldn't invite Konoha, and let me deal with Danzo Shimura once and for all. It is high time I pay back Konoha for all the madness that they have done in the past, especially Danzo Shimura himself. Alright, Naruto, I understand. And with that, Naruto went on and on for almost a whole month, traveling to all different villages, fending off the Akatsuki members, anyone he could find, and giving their locations to the other Kages, and having us talk with them. The most difficult was Oniki from Eva, but he bowed down and apologized on his father's behalf, and then explained every bit of the situation they were in. As Oniki, seeing and realizing this, and seeing that the Bijus themselves spoke of Naruto's words being the truth, realized that he needs to trust the brat as much as he hated it, and said, fine, brat, but know this, we're not friends, and even after this, I humbly accept that. I know it is hard for any of you to even accept that I'm here, but know this, I don't have any ill intent. I'm not from Konoha. My father was fighting for his own village like you were fighting for yours. And in war many people die, but your father killed many. Can you tell me what would you have done if you were in his shoes? As Oniki remained quiet, that is what I thought. So please, you need to cooperate. And we need to put an end to Akatsuki. But what about Konoha? Leave Danzo to me, Oniki-sama. I'm gonna go and deal with him. As after that, we see Naruto was standing at the gates of Konoha as he used the Harishin markers that was placed in the old village by his father as he arrived at the fourth Hokage statue. Look at that bastard. Don't even care about the other Kage statues, as the other Kage statues had cracks in them, while Danzo was all in its glory. The village was much more barren and much more worse in condition that he could remember. I can't believe it, Gigi. Everything that you worked hard to achieve gone down the drain like that. I don't believe it. Not at all. As Naruto then entered the Hokage office, as Danzo then said, "So, you have returned, Naruto Uzumaki. Namikaze." What? You forgot my true name. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, and I'm here to put an end to you. Danzo Shimura. You think you can, boy? Even if you have the name Namikaze, not like you have any of his tricks. As Naruto then said, "Try calling your root." As Danzo's eyes widened, and that is when he tried, thinking that Naruto was bluffing, but no one came. What did you do? Put in an end to them. As that is when, with a yellow flash, Naruto disappeared. Next thing Danzo saw was his whole arm was cleaved off. He tried to use the Kotomatsukami on Naruto to put him under his control, but next thing he realized was, before he could even completely think about it, his eye was removed from the eye socket, and Naruto, using the flame jutsu, burned them down to a crisp. As now we see, Danzo screamed, "No! You know what you have done? I have put our clan's heritage to rest, and so will you now. Rest in hell, Danzo." As with a single kunai throw that was thinner than a senmo needle that pierced through the skull of Danzo Shimura, he was killed. And after that, Naruto left a note behind for Kakashi and left Konoha after looking it for one last time. "See you, Konoha. Hopefully you'll get better from here on out." Hopefully. As after that, it was discovered that not only the elders, a lot of Anbus who were surprisingly rude, as well as their Kage, Danzo Shimura, were killed. And people celebrated it by destroying his hideous face from the Kage monument. And not only that, there was a whole big celebration. And the news spread out quite widely that Danzo has been killed by someone. But only one person knew, the new Hokage knew about this. As the daimyo, after finding out who has become the next Kage, gave Konoha another opportunity to gain back his trust, and Konoha did not disappoint. It was Kakashi Hatake, the son of the White Fang. As people were quite happy with their choice, but Kakashi was, well, not ready yet, because he was under depression. But after reading the letter that was left to him, he knew it was up to him now to stand up and lead the village to a much better future. It was a letter left by Naruto, who told him only one thing: Sasuke is out of his misery, and he was alive, and will return back after everything is settled. As on the other side, we see that Orochimaru has gotten a wind that Naruto has been alive. Naruto was alive all this time. He always believed that because he knew that he didn't poison Naruto, but he thought that the kid was dumb enough to get it by Jiraiya and died. But seemingly he was right after all these years, because Naruto was indeed alive, and it was only him faking his death that has caused him to go into shadows. What will the boy do now? Will he come after me? Of course I will. He heard a voice. As that is when he noticed there was a dripping sound, as in Naruto's one hand was the head of Kabuse Yakushi, which he threw at Orochimaru, who dodged it. What have you done? I have killed and destroyed each and every one of your followers, and your labs and research, freed every one of your victims, and we are all here to get our revenge and scroll settled once and for all. As instead of Team Taka, Team Uzumaki was created. The leader was Karin Uzumaki herself, and she, after being rescued by Naruto, has fallen in love with him because she was happy to see another kin of her own. And not only that, he was quite handsome at that as well. As Naruto was quite weirded out about her, but knew that, well, he, like his father, has a thing for redheads, so he didn't reject her advances, and Karin was happy that for the first time, a handsome guy was interested in her, and right now, they kicked ass of Orochimaru and killed him by impaling him to his own machinery and subjugating him to his own vicious experiments. All of his experiments, which were more than thousands of people, went one by one, having their revenge until they were satisfied, and Orochimaru was tortured until he was given permission by Naruto to die. And he died a much more vicious death than any other Sanin could have imagined. As after that, his final base was burned down as well. Naruto told Karin to go towards the Uzashio-gakure, where everyone could remain, and they would start their own village. As Karin, realizing that her beloved has said this, led the people that they have rescued towards the Uzashio-gakure. And as for Naruto, he was then suddenly ambushed by the Akatsuki. You have been out torn in our path, Naruto. So finally the Akatsuki comes, huh? Or should I say, Obito Uchiha. As the masked person then drops his mask. How did you find it out? It didn't make sense for Madara to survive such long. No shinobi can. And that is when I did some research while I was in Konoha. I found out something interesting. Along the lines of Madara Uchiha's heritage, it was discovered that you were his grandson and went MIA in action. Your body was never recovered. A student of my father. I want to know why you did what you did. Because Kakashi didn't. Don't tell me because Rin Nohara died. Committed suicide, that is why you did. She didn't commit suicide! It was a murder. I witnessed it with my own eyes. Naruto could see the crazy in his eyes, and without saying any word, he decided it was time to end this. So using the 100 healing marks as well as the Sage Mode, Naruto fought on against the Akatsuki, mainly the paths of Pain, Zetsu, and Kisame, and none other than, well, Obito himself and Konan. As he was fighting, Naruto made clones that fought off with them. Naruto was trying his best to talk through the others as well, making them realize that Obito was making a mistake, and Zetsu as well. And Zetsu was the only one who laughed and smirked. And this gave Naruto a thought. You can't be. It was you, right? So you realize, brat. You realize that it was me all along. To be honest, I should give you credit for finding out about this. Sure, the will of Kaguya. So that is how she... Oh no. I don't believe this. Zetsu chuckled and laughed. Oh, you better believe. Mother was always one step ahead of her children. That is why she was the mother after all. And she will retain her chakra back, whether one way or another, and I will make sure that this happens. You're nothing more than the wasteful pages of history that I created. I will erase you. And then I will replace you with the new pages that I will create with my mother. You think that the shinobi history that we made with our own choices would be erased so easily? It is possible. Try it. Isn't that right now, guys? As the other also arrived there, as everyone was shocked to see that Naruto's clones appeared there with the tied up Akatsuki members. Naruto's clones were able to trick them into tying them up and listen to everything that they have heard from Zetsu. As that is when all the other Akatsuki members were shocked, and they knew that they need to put an end to Zetsu. And once Pain and Obito were freed, they tortured Zetsu their own death. As before Nagato and Konan could leave, Naruto told them to go towards Uzashio-gakure and to become the leader there. But Nagato and Konan declined, saying that their home was Amegakure, and they need to head back there for their friend's sake, to make sure that their village was prospering once more. Naruto understood and looked towards Kisame, who was offered to return back to Kiri, and so he did. But that wasn't the end of it. Zetsu unleashed his final attack before he could leave. Once everything seemingly looked like it had returned to normal, Zetsu pulled out his undercard, and that was sacrifices of 1,000 of himself to retrieve a clone of Kaguya. And that clone, after reviving her, replaced herself with the original Kaguya. So in the seal was now the clone one, and the real one was here. And once she arrived here, Naruto sensed the Shu chakra, and so did the other nations. And she declared with a booming voice that was heard by every corner of the elemental nation that she declared war on Konoha to take back her chakra and any other nation. And once this happened, Naruto and the other nations had a Kage summit. And once they decided to form the Shinobi Alliance, they went ahead. And this time, under the leadership of Naruto, who had formed an alliance, all of them went into battle. Even the Uzumaki village did, and the Amegakure did. With many shinobis, with the likes of Nagato and the others by on his side, they tried their best, but in the end, they were nothing in front of a goddess. Kaguya was close to retaining all the power, since she has taken out Naruto. And that is when Naruto met with the sage himself, the sage of the sixth path that arrived in his dream, and gave him the powers of both yin and yang. Even one of his eyes, as one of Naruto's eyes, became the Rinne Sharingan, as he woke up, with both the sun and the moon seal, using all of his chakra and KCM state that he and Kurama was able to unleash by combining their strengths together. They fought the rabbit goddess head on, and in the end, without anyone's help, were able to seal him away, using the sun and the moon seal as well. Once Kaguya was sealed again, Naruto made extra precautions to use much more strengthening seals so that she or anything from her like Zetsu won't escape. And as for Zetsu army, the Shinobi Alliance took care of it and destroyed it without any problem. And in this way, the Great Four Shinobi War came to an end. And a new arc for Konoha began, and the Shiogakure also stood on its feet once more, and this time with an alliance with each and every sort of village. There was no hatred or animosity amongst them, because they realized the history that they thought was theirs was never theirs to begin with. They were nothing more than mere chess pieces in the game of a goddess, a corrupt one that was sealed by one of her own pieces that went against her. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze was became the strongest shinobi to walk on the planet, as well as the most respected at his age, achieving his long life dreams, as well as achieving the dream of his sensei and father, of bringing peace and being recognized by everyone. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this short movie off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And as I said before, if you're new, you want any suggestions of yours to be made, pin them down after writing them down in the comment section. And yeah, if I like your idea, I will make it, or try my best to make it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's story. Anyways, this is it for the day. Peace.